I've been reading Tabari because you just can't drop this.
Oh,
There's so many.
my heart
So
goes out to you reading Tabari.
no, it's fun, isn't it? Like
Yeah, no, it is dark reading, my friend. It is not fun.
yeah,
It
but
sometimes I actually
nah,
feel sick reading that. Sorry.
nah. I don't know. I love that. I love that. It's just so. I'm like you barely you barely go a page without
Oh, there's dirt on every page.
yeah, no, yeah. You barely go a page without saying, "Oh, hang on." We've all seen.
Problem.
Yeah, so I was literally on volume 11. I was literally on page number 2 or 3 or whatever, and we talked about jizya. Yeah. So here, have a look at this one. So when
Okay.
Khalid was done with the business of Al Yamama, those of you who know, it was Rida
Battle.
Wars, Apostle Wars. Your mama.
Yeah, that's how I remember it.
Yeah, a lot of Muslims died, and that's when they were like, "Oh, hang on, we're losing the Quran because a lot of Hafiz died." So Abu Bakr wrote to Khalid ibn Walid that he said that, "Okay, go on toward Iraq until you enter it. Begin with the gateway to India." So Muslims love to quote us that Quranic verse that you have your religion, we have our religion, and then we
Yeah.
shared this meme not so long ago where Muslims went all this way to Spain to tell them that, hey, they went there to tell them, hey, by the way, this one, this is gold.
Yeah, you didn't say the key word. They peacefully went to
Yeah,
Spain,
we
right? They
crossed.
were just visiting.
Yeah, we crossed 7,000 kilometers, passing desert, seas, and rivers to tell Spain, you have your religion, and we have ours.
You
So
couldn't
that's
just
what
let them assume that, you had to tell them.
you had to. So that's what Abu Bakr decided. He said, enter through Iraq, begin with the gateway to India, which is Al Abula. So Al Abula is in history it says that here is probably referred as the gateway to India. You could go through India through that. Anyway, so Umar Shaba,
Interesting.
by the chain of transmitters previously mentioned, blah, blah, I recorded in the chain, Abu Bakr sent a letter to Khalid bin Walid in Kufa, in which, blah, 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 hang on, let's just get to the point.
Where's the juice, Horace?
There's a difference of opinion about it. I had it highlighted, okay? So anyway, so Khalid bin Walid goes to Iraq, and on his way to Iraq, he dropped at certain towns. So, like the Mongol hordes, everything that is in your way, just terrorizing them. He goes, the people made peace with him. The man who made peace with him on the behalf was Ibn Saluba. So this is what they were. So this is what Khalid bin Walid told them. Khalid accepted the jizya. They just said, yeah, the plunderers are coming here. Take the jizya. In the name of God, the all compassionate, who would not be so compassionate if you don't give me the jizya, because I'll kill you. The merciful, who would not be very merciful if you don't give me the jizya, From Khalid bin Walid. Yeah. So to Ibn Saluba, whose residence is on the bank of the Euphrates, you are safe by the guarantee of God. Why are you safe? What am I safe from? From me. If you didn't give me the jizya that you are giving me now, you are safe by the guarantee of God, for he had spared his blood by paying the jizya. Oh, all right. And you have paid 1,000 dirhams for yourself and for those having to pay the land tax and head tax. Head tax. I hope it literally, otherwise heads will be rolling if you don't pay the jizya. And those who are in your two towns, Banika and Barsuma. So this guy, poor Ibn Saluba, he just made peace. What's the word? Under duress. I have accepted it from you, and those of the Muslims who are with me are satisfied with this amount from you.
Yeah, because I was just thinking 1,000 dirhams in that time must have been a bloody large amount.
Yeah, it's a lot.
To be honest, in that time, 1,000 dirhams, he's paying his head tax. Whew.
Yeah, head tax.
If this guy wasn't minted, his head would have been off on the floor.
Yeah, like, sorry, mate. No, the next one becomes clear. So you have this. So next town. So this is the first town, yeah. You have the solemn guarantee. So anyway, so he goes. So then Khalid went on with those in his company until he reached Al Hira, whose nobles came out to him, and they're like, "Oh my God, these hordes, these barbarians have come." And they say, anyway, so he goes. Khalid said to him and his companions, I call you to God and to Islam. If you respond to the call, then you are Muslims. you obtain the benefits they enjoy and take up the responsibilities they bear. If you refuse, here we go. If you refuse, then you must pay the jizya. If you refuse the jizya, so meaning if you either accept Islam, but anyway, if you refuse to accept Islam, then you must pay jizya. If you refuse the jizya, then I will bring against you tribes of people who are more eager for death than you are for life. We will then fight you until God decides between us and you. So Nuria, anyway,
So
what would you rather do?
bloodthirsty, mate. But yeah, sorry, go on.
So this is why they say it's a death cult. You know,
Yeah.
I will bring tribes of people who are more eager for death than you are for life.
Flipping
Of
heck.
course, you're a death cult.
Yeah.
So Kubesa, he said, we have no need to fight you. Rather, we will keep to our religion and pay you the jizya. Yeah, this is what you're interested in, the head tax? Here, have the jizya. Thus he made peace with the Muslims, agreeing to pay 90,000 dirhams. 90,000.
People were loaded. No one. Oh my gosh.
Now, this was the first jizya agreed to in Iraq, Al-Hira and the villages for which Ibn Saluba made the agreement. So you know, barely a page goes by. So I'm literally on page 4. So I'll keep.
Oh my gosh! It didn't take long for that story to kick in.
I'll keep bringing these gems of gold.
Page 4 normally takes 4 chapters for it to get juicy. Do you know what I mean?
And by the way,
it's a treat.
This is not. So if you're a Muslim apologist, or you don't know if you've heard Muslim apologetics or whatever, and you think, oh, no, you're thinking that, oh, this is just Khalid bin Walid doing. It's got nothing to do with Islam. So just let me give you. It's written in the Quran, the highest authority in Islam, chapter 9, verse 29. It says, Fight those who do not believe in Allah and the last day, nor comply with what Allah and His messengers have forbidden. So this is it. That's why he went to Iraq. He didn't go to Iraq to tell them, hey, for you have your religion and we have my religion. Nor embrace their religion of the truth from among those who were given the scripture until they pay the tax, i.e. jizya, willingly, submittingly, or fully humbled. In other translations, it says until they are humiliated. So
just to follow up on that point, what you're saying, because this is exactly what I was talking about in one of my streams with Lloyd, and I kept saying the word jizya as tax, obviously, right? And I was like, oh, this is the tax they pay to survive. And then we did a further deep dive into Islamic sources, and he was like, even before it's a tax, the jizya is essentially like a punishment. And obviously, I know the concept of humiliation and subjugation. That's literally like hand in hand in Islam with fear. Like these things are integral. But then jizya on top of that, the purpose of jizya, let's say whether it's a tax or whether it's a punishment or a bit of both, let's say, the pure concept of that is essentially to belittle, humiliate, subjugate, and dominate, right? And these are the things attributed with Islam. So essentially, these people are now giving you every last penny they own to stay alive. And this is also your way, low-key, of punishing them because they refuse to accept your God and your prophet as a seal of prophets because they realize this is not the truth and it's far from it. But Islam is, again, this whole concept is pure. It's so dark in the sense that it's not even dominance. Like it's dominance with a further dash of humiliation and degradation and subjugation. So in that sense, I would say it's completely fascist in nature and totalitarian. And this is just one form of it. Sorry.
And as confirmed by this woman, the female prisoners of war are those whom you own in order to humiliate them. That's it. Yeah. It's all about humiliation. It's humiliation of your enemy. You're not just happy by rolling their heads, but yeah. There's a funny meme on that. Have a look at this one. Pay me the jizya. This is Khalid bin Walid. Why? To protect you, of course. From what? From what I'm going to do to you if you don't pay. There's a meme for everything.
Terrorizing thugs. That's all I think about when I think about early Islam and the early Islamic main characters and these reading when Dabri, when it comes to life, is literally just a gang of like just desert looting, caravan robbing, warlord thugs.
I'm sure I'm going to find that story later on in the same volume 11, I think. This is where I read it from a while ago, where this same guy, Khalid bin Walid, he was sent by Abu Bakr to go and collect tax from this guy because one of the guy had said, "Look, Prophet has died. I don't agree with your leadership or whatever." So something like that. And then Khalid bin Walid goes there, murders him, takes his wife. Umar actually, it was one of the reasons why Umar sacked Khalid bin Walid, because Umar thought that he wanted his wife. This is another Muslim guy. He wanted his wife. That's why he trumped up all these charges or built the case against him or whatever. And then he ended up marrying her. Literally killed her husband. These are their heroes. They're literally killing men, their own kind, their own Muslims, so they can take their women. And apparently, she was a very beautiful woman.
And isn't Umar considered like the most one of the most just men and all of this? And if you look,
biggest dick ever.
Exactly, but I mean, their narrative is just so different. It's mental.
Out of all the four caliphs, Umar was the worst.
Oh yeah, 100%. He was the worst for sure.
If you like these videos and want to support me in my activism, then you can support me on Patreon or PayPal. Stay free, everyone.